Okay, here we are. First week of the NFL playoffs. It's the Wildcard Weekend. This is Ace and Daddy, Ace and Daddy show. So we're going to get into the Wildcard Weekend and talk about and pick the winners. So today is Saturday, January 9th. And we have the AFC games today. So we have the Chiefs and the Texans. I assume that they're at the Chiefs. And then we have the Steelers and the Bengals at the Bengals.
The Bengals.
No, it is at the Texans because they're a division winner. And at the Bengals because they are a division winner as well.
Oh,
okay? All right. So let's get in. Chiefs and Texans. What do you have? What do you think? Why do you think the Chiefs?
Because they have Alex Smith.
Okay. Well, that's a good reason. However, a couple other things. The Chiefs are on a 10-game winning streak. The Texans did win the AFC South. I do like the Texans' defense. They plus they have a couple quarterbacks. Brandon Weeden as well as Hoyer. Brian Hoyer's back. So for me, I think I'm just gonna go the opposite. Ace picks the Chiefs. Dad picks the Texans.
Because it has.
Oh, we'll see.
J.J. Watt.
Yeah. Oh, I like their defense. J.J. Watt. Okay. Next game, Steelers and the Bengals, which is the later game. Steelers, they ended up getting in after the Jets lost, so they basically squeaked in after they didn't handle their business. So the Bengals, do they get their first playoff win, or do we think that the Steelers are going to win?
7-time Super Bowl champions. Steelers.
Steelers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. So Ace picks the Steelers. I'm undecided. I don't have an opinion. Although, the Bengals are at home. And, they had a pretty good record this year where the Steelers were almost out of it and had to fight their way in to get that last wild card spot.
And then they did.
Yeah, they did. So, Ace goes with the Steelers. Dad mixes it up and goes with
the Bengals.
Dad goes with the Bengals. There we go. Okay. Ace with the Chiefs and the Steelers. Dad with the Texans and the Bengals for the home teams.
And Sunday.
Yep. So Sunday games.
Vikings at Seahawks.
No, Seahawks at the Vikings.
Seahawks.
Yeah. So that's the early game, and then the late game is the Packers and the Redskins. The Packers at the Redskins. So Seahawks at the Vikings. The game's outdoors. It's going to be cold.
It's going to be rainy.
Maybe snowy.
Then I don't like snowy football games because I can't see the yardage.
Okay. So who's going to win?
Give me Marshawn Lynch.
Well, just late breaking news. Marshawn Lynch isn't going to play this game.
Maybe Russell Wilson.
Okay, Russell Wilson. You could go with that. So you're going with the Seahawks? You're going with the Seahawks with the quarterback and the defense. I'm going to do the same. I think that the expertise around the Seahawks. Come back here, bud. I can't see you. Scoot up. The expertise and kind of playoff tutelage over the past few years for the Seahawks and the over the Vikings. is going to be the deciding factor. The Seahawks have had to go on the road. They had to be that wild card winner and won the Super Bowl one year based on that. So, yeah. So, Russell Wilson, Richard Sherman, and the rest of that team get the win over Adrian Peterson and
Teddy Bridgewater.
In Minnesota. That's so Dad and Ace both go with the Seahawks.
But what if the Packers won and then they had to play the...
Well, hold on. Well, let's go to the next game. Okay. Packers and the Redskins. The Packers at Washington, which is the late game for Sunday. All right. So it's still kind of the same matchup that we had in the on the other game, right? So Packers, a team that's perennial been in the playoffs. This year they got the wild card because the Vikings ended up winning, and then the Redskins, a team that hasn't made the playoffs. They won the terrible NFC East, but the Redskins have been playing well. So Packers at home Packers on the road with Aaron Rodgers and a host of players and teammates that have made the playoffs versus the Redskins.
I only know one player on the Packers, and that's Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. So, and how many players do you know on the Redskins?
Probably like 3.
Name them.
Robert Griffin III, Kirk Cousins, and...
Deshaun Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, does that mean Robert Griffin III, he sits the bench, he doesn't play anymore? So Kirk Cousins and Deshaun, does that mean you're picking the Redskins because you know more players on the Redskins?
Yep.
Yeah, you have to say it.
Yeah.
Yes. So Ace is picking the
Redskins.
Ace is going with the Redskins. Okay. Well, then I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going with the, again, the...
Packers.
I don't want to say underdogs, but I'm going to go with the experienced playoff team with the Packers. I think that Aaron Rodgers and that team get it all straightened out, and they're able to get the win in Washington, and then, we'll see what happens next week. So that is it for this first weekend in the NFL playoffs, or the Wildcard Weekend is how we call it. So we'll be back. We're out. Dad and Ace.
Peace.